Here we go, guys. This is our last day on the beautiful Isle of Wight. We took a drive across Military Road to head towards the Needles. We stopped in the Isle of Wight Pearl and had a cup of tea in there whilst having a look around, and then we decided to stop at Fresheater Bay. I recorded this bit because the waves were actually splashing up over the side, and I was kind of hoping that they'd get a little bit wet, but yeah, there's Dad striking a pose. It's actually a lovely beach down here. I've only ever been when it's been really choppy, though. I've never seen it calm here at all. I did decide to brave going down the steps that you'll see in a minute to go for a walk on the beach. Excuse me. I was again looking for shells. Didn't actually find any on this beach, which is quite surprising. But yeah, it was such a glorious day. We did have a really heavy shower of rain, though, when we were in Isle of Wight Pearl. To be fair, it's actually quite a nice place to visit. So if you are holidaying over in the Isle of Wight, make sure you stop in there and have a good look around. But yeah, this was us just walking back towards the car park because we didn't have a lot of time here. We just went for a quick walk and a quick toilet break. But I just love watching waves crashing up over rocks or crashing up on the beach. There's just something about it I love. But guys, it is dangerous. Always respect the sea. Anyway, I shall just leave you watching this for a little bit before we head off to the Needles. Here we go at the Needles. Love this place. We always stop here on our way home, on our last day of our holidays. I absolutely love it here. We went in to have something to eat first, as we were all a bit hungry, and I was feeling a bit dizzy, and I couldn't get to my blood glucose machine because I'd packed it away, so I didn't know what my sugars were, but that's just me. Sadly, we couldn't go on the chairlift because it was too windy. Mum was over the moon about that because I had threatened to drag her on there kicking and screaming like a little child because she's scared stiff of it. I knew she wouldn't have gone on it, but I had to threaten her regardless. It's a shame really because you get some amazing views from up there, but you'll see in a clip in a while how windy it actually was, and they were swinging about quite a bit. Not too bad. I reckon if there'd have been, people sat in there waited, it wouldn't have been so bad. But obviously safety first. So we've just walked past the restaurant here. I actually recorded this after we'd eaten. Couple of places to eat here. Food's always really nice. Went into that gift shop there, obviously to buy thank you presents for people who've looked after the pets and the horses, as I always do. Yes, I know I don't have to, but it's something I've always done. Went into the sand shop as well. I didn't actually make anything this time because I do it every time I go there, and I didn't really have anything I didn't need to get any more gifts at the time, so I thought, well, let's save some money and not do anything. But Jaden did one, and my dad bought me one as a little gift as well. As you can see, look. Chairlift entrance, it's shuttered down. What a bummer. Lots of rides at the back of this place here. Little arcade. There's some crazy golf back here as well. And yeah, there's a couple of rides for children. So plenty to do here. Here we go. Walking down towards the fencing here. Obviously you can't go any further because of the cliff. You can see how much those chairs are swinging. I have seen them swing pretty much like that before, but the gusts were quite immense that day. Poked me phone through the fencing to get a shot of the Needles. Absolutely love the Needles. Shame, obviously, the boat wasn't running either today. And we decided, I said, I'm not walking down to the beach on the footpath because there's no way I would have been able to make it back up again. I was already in agony at this point anyway. So the glass factory, I love this place. One, it's nice and warm if it's chilly outside, but I love how they make things. Sadly, we've missed the start of this one being made. And obviously we were on a bit of a time limit, but this was a little squirrel. I mean, it's just amazing how they make these things. I could sit here for hours and watch them make numerous of the same things. I just find it absolutely fascinating how they do it. It's brilliant. So this was another beach we stopped at. I think it was Totland Bay. Any Isle of Wight viewers watching this can correct me. This was the point where my mum started freaking out, because that's the Solent and that's what we had to cross to get back to mainland. And as you can see, a little bit on the choppy side. So yeah, she was it was the first time I saw her looking quite nervous about the crossing back over. And to be fair, I was starting to feel a little bit nervous as well, because last time we went across, it wasn't, well, a couple of years ago actually, when I went with Destiny as well, it wasn't a bad crossing, but it wasn't a smooth crossing like it was on the way over. So yeah, we didn't stay here long. We just literally did a couple of videos, took a couple of photos, got back in the car, and I think we headed straight back to Yarmouth at that point, and then went for a walk. So yeah, and here is the lovely Yarmouth. Absolutely beautiful, gorgeous pier. Have fished on this before, but we didn't get a chance to this week because of the winds. Obviously, me and Jaden walked right to the end, and we were able to watch our ferry coming in from Lymington. So I'll just leave you with this for a little bit. Here we go, guys, on the ferry back to mainland. As you can see, if you've watched the very first video of our first day on the Isle of Wight, you will see how different the sea looked from our journey over to what is our journey back to the mainland. It was a little bit bumpy. It wasn't actually too bad. You could feel a couple of rocks, but it was nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. The car's down in the front just below that ramp there. We're getting a little bit wet with the waves splashing on the side of the boat as it made its way over. But yeah, thankfully it was an okay ride back to the mainland. A sad one, because obviously it meant our holiday was over, but yeah, it was just nice for all of us to sit together and do a bit of reminiscing of all the good times we'd had during the last couple of days. So, yeah, at this point, I was glad to be kind of getting back. I was worried about driving the long drive home back to Taunton. I was already in quite a bit of pain and quite sleepy, but, you know, just watching this was... I just love sitting at the front of the boat. I like to be able to see where I'm going. Here's the other boat, the lucky people that have just left mainland going over to the Isle of Wight. I was feeling quite envious of them at this time, although a lot of them probably were workers that worked on the mainland and they were just going back home. But yeah, I was still jealous of them. But as you can see, the sea's got a little bit calmer now, so the last bit of the ride back into the harbour at Lymington was nice and smooth. So yeah, there you go, guys. This has wrapped up our holiday. I hope you've enjoyed the little snippets that I've been doing. And why not go and visit the Isle of Wight? And if you do, I totally recommend staying with Away Resorts, the Lakes at Rookley. Absolutely lovely holiday park, as you would have seen in some of my previous videos. Lovely, lovely place to stay. Whether you've got a hot tub there or not, do recommend the hot tub though, because they're amazing. But there you go, guys. Holiday officially over. So this is me, over and out until next time. Bye-bye.